I'm going to talk to you about the power of labels today. Yesterday, I met with somebody whose company is being subpoenaed by the federal government. And for months and months, she's been talking about what a big deal this is. And she's been building it up over and over that it's a really big deal to have the federal government knocking on the door of a company that you are a principal of and asking questions about what you did, about your specific activity during that time that they're looking at. And I was really struck yesterday by the fact that the owner of this company is not making as big a deal as the principal in the company, as this particular officer with whom I'm consulting. And I'm learning that it really does matter. What I learned at the very beginning of my career, that the way people label things is super important. So she's saying things like, this is a really big deal. I can't help but think about this. And, given the magnitude of what I'm dealing with, it's really, really hard for me. And, well, I find it very interesting because obviously the owner of the company does not feel the same way. And maybe the owner of the company's labels are different. In the very beginning of my career, I started reading books by Albert Ellis. And if you don't know who he is, he published lots and lots of books. He's a psychologist who published lots and lots of books about a form of therapy that he had devised, one of the first cognitive therapies called rational emotive therapy, and then it became relabeled rational emotive behavior therapy. And the basic premise is that the way that we talk to ourselves leads to our emotions, and our emotions lead to our behavior. And if we want to change the way that we behave in the world and the way that we feel in the world, we have to change the way that we talk to ourselves. So this is a basic premise of all cognitive behavioral therapies, but Ellis was particularly talented at taking apart the way that people talk to themselves and relabeling those different ways so that people could understand when they were essentially moving toward defeat versus when they were moving toward victory. So I realized that the person with whom I'm consulting, she is talking in a way that is very defeat oriented and very focused on the bigness and the seriousness of this particular thing. So I reframed it for her and I said, it occurs to me that the person that you're dreading sitting in front of, asking questions about what you do, is a civil servant. I'm a civil servant too. I have a government job that I do during the day. And really, look at the scale of this thing that you've built working for this company. Look at all the people for whom you've created jobs, and look at all the people for whom you've created opportunities. Look at all the good works in the world that you've supported. You've really created something huge, and you give so much of yourself to all of those people, even, and especially through your various charities and good works and philanthropic pursuits. And you should be awfully proud of all that you've built. And so I advised this person, I said to her, I want you to see yourself at the end of this process, having conducted yourself with integrity and with candor and with warmth, and being really proud of the way that you handled yourself in front of the civil servant who's going to be questioning you. And rehearse every day, feeling that sense of pride, that sense of joy, that sense of relief that it's over. And what will happen is that your neurology will adjust and will actually interpret that event as already having happened in the past. And you will cultivate that sense of relief so that when it actually happens, you'll be feeling so much more secure in it. You'll be saying, I've done this before. It's okay. And in the meantime, I want you to reconceptualize the bigness of this thing as a mere annoyance. That it is, it's just really inconvenient for me to have to sit in front of a civil servant and answer a lot of questions, but I'm going to get through it. And you know what? If there's fines or there's penalties, it'll be okay. Uh, this is really not a big deal. And the look on this person's face when I said that, well, it was priceless because I guess she had never considered that she could really make it small in her mind. And so there you have it, two steps. Focus on the smallness of the big thing that you assume is big. And the second step is rehearse being on the other side of it already. If you relabel and re rehearse these experiences, instead of making them huge and dreaded, you make them small and already accomplished, you will achieve great things in moving past your obstacles. This is Dr. Shipon from drwhynot.com, wishing you a warm, connected, joyful, action oriented day. Talk to you soon.